Welcome back to the workshop. Let me ask you a question. Can we fix it? Well, first off, if you look closely, it's broken. So let's break it first and get on. And there we go. I hope I didn't shake that too much. Alright, try this again. Oh yeah. Got it all cleaned out. Now let's get to work on the fun part. Well, that's the gist of it. I'm going to do it off camera so you're not plagued with ear problems. And I'll see you in a little bit. That's the first side done. Now, when you're grinding metal, especially hardened and tempered blades, you don't want to ever heat it up more than you can hold your hand on it indefinitely. To me, this is just warm, nice and warm, not hot, not burning me. You don't want to get it any hotter than that because you'll screw up the temper and then you've wasted your time. So, don't get it hot. Just very lightly run it over. Just checking it and make sure that it's not getting hot, because you don't want that. moved over to the bench here, or the table, and we'll get started. And more sanding, and more sanding, and more sanding. Starting to get rid of all the tool marks from the angle grinder, of course. Looks like that. And then like that. Still got a ways to go. Yeah. Starting to look good. I moved down to a 60 grit because there was some deep scratches in it. I got them all sanded out, nice and smooth. So pretty much I want to do a better job every time I do a tool on the other side. What it starts off as. If your sandpaper stops working, I don't know if you can see that, and it doesn't look too bad, it's probably just dirty, so brush it off. Nice stiff brush, and you're good to go again. So I will spare you guys the hours that this takes. It takes a good, I'd say, 1.5 to 2 hours of sanding this. So I'll spare you that. I'll show you a lot more of the other stuff when we get into the fine sandpapers and whatnot. Yeah. So there's a 60 grit finished. Looking pretty good. We're gonna move up to 100 grit, 120, and we'll see how that works. So basically it's just more of the same, going higher and higher grit. I'm going to move through the grits now. I'm going to go 120, 180, 240, and then we'll start with the hand sanding. And that's where it gets actually interesting, so I'll show you that. And we'll skip the hand sander because it's literally just me sitting here holding this thing on there. So we'll let you know. So that is the 120. 120 grit. Both sides. Nice and smooth. Alright. 180. Grit. On to the 240. 240. Done. Starting to look real good. Liking it. Hello. Can't see me yet, but you will. So, if you made it this far in the video, by the end of the video, you should be able to see the camera real good. And the reflection, I want you to tell me what kind of camera I have. Alright? Well, let's get going with the fun stuff. You see that? Kind of 600. Lubricant. And off we go. Oh. Of course it does help clamping her down. Hit it again, and keep going. Hey, see you in an hour. Starting to see the swirl patterns from the sander disappearing. We're not finished yet. I'm gonna keep going on the 600 until it's looking a lot better. So, for comparison, you can still see what the sander left. So let's keep going. don't really have any of the fancy buffing machines or buffing wheels or any of that. I'm just scrub away. Okay, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, that's 600. 600 grit. Okay. Here we go. 1000 grit. Same up and down pass. Right now you'll start seeing all the mistakes you made, if you made any. And of course I have made some, and you can see all the scratches that you missed, or that you just didn't cut deep enough to get out, or you cut too deep. And of course you could get those out, but that means backtracking all the way to the 60 grit. And really not interested in doing that. So at this point you kind of get what you get. Just take the time. Keep scrubbing until it feels like your arms are falling off. And eventually the scratches will just keep getting smaller and smaller. Just stay on your same pattern. Okay, I'll see you in a couple hours when I finish with this grit. There's the 1000, 2000. And again, straight up and down. And at this point, you're not removing any material anymore. We haven't been removing material for a long while. We're just taking off surface scratches. From the other sandpapers. But this is going to give it a real nice finish, and then we'll use some metal polish and finish it up. Okay, well, I'll see you in another hour or so when I finish with this grit. So that's the 2000 grit. Okay, so we got some metal polish on there. If it's any good, we'll use it on the other side. I have a couple of different kinds, so we'll see what works the best. And we got our buffing wheel, super fancy. Just coat it all. No idea if this is any good or not, but we'll give it a try. Might try other methods other times, but right now this is what's working for me, so that's what I'm sticking with. Well, it sure does work. Well, the best thing I've found is a Norwex cloth, or whatever you want to call it, and literally a little bit of candle wax and just going nuts on it. You can see the coming off. I've tried everything. I've tried chrome polish, lubricant, oil, wire brush stuff, wax and everything, and this seems to work the best. So if anybody has any suggestions on that, what I can use other than buffing compound, because I don't have any, because that would be great, let me know in the comments. Much appreciated. That's looking pretty good. Now the wax wasn't completely useless. It will help protect this from rusting up again. I mean, I guess I could sit here forever. That's it, finished. Getting better at it. We'll keep moving. Anyway, till we do the handle for it, have a good one.